Yesterday, the Mississippi Institutions of Higher Learning Board of Trustees voted to allow universities with federal contracts to comply with President Biden's vaccine mandate. Mississippi State is among the schools that now require faculty and staff to get the COVID-19 vaccine. But Mississippi University for Women here in Columbus is one of the few that still does not. Stephen Pimpo explains why.
Against mandate, not against vaccine. Get the vaccine if you want to.
Despite protests from this small group of demonstrators, Mississippi State will be among the schools requiring vaccines for faculty and staff after Monday's vote by the Board of Directors of the Mississippi Institutions of Higher Learning. In fact, MSU's Office of Public Affairs Director Sid Salter says about 75% already have their shots.
We are now on a fairly short schedule to help our staff and faculty, the 25 or so percent that are not already vaccinated voluntarily.
MSU staff need their first dose of the Moderna vaccine by October 27th or their first shot of the Pfizer by November 3rd.
The real press here is to help our faculty and staff members stay on track. There's a staggered period between first and second vaccination.
They have until November 24th to get their second doses or the single Johnson & Johnson shot. Salter says that Mississippi State has tried to stay in the middle of the road on the vaccine debate, but as the state's leading research university, they can't jeopardize the federal contracts funding that research.
The biggest challenge for IHL, once this mandate came down, is, can we sacrifice $271 million worth of federal investment in higher education?
However, things are different at the Mississippi University for Women.
And at present, we do not have any federal contracts that would force us to abide by that executive order.
President Biden's order only applies to schools with federal contracts of $250,000 or more. School President Nora Miller says that while they are encouraging everyone to get vaccinated, she's also a little relieved the mandate doesn't apply to them.
Because I'm afraid that we would have some employees who might leave us and in some key positions.
The W is also primarily a teaching institution, which does not rely on federal contracts as much as research institutions like Mississippi State.
There'll be those on campus who aren't happy about it, but we were not left with an alternative but to comply with the president's mandate.
In Starkville, Stephen Pimpo, WCBI News.
The W's president says that like many of the state's other colleges, their faculty senate has asked for a vaccine mandate if and when they are allowed to enforce one.